So this was his little office, yeah?
It was, yeah. So he had a desk here and a chair, and basically all the shelves around were full of books and notes.
It was still pretty full.
You can see, like, here he's got things like stickers here. So this is Westport Historical Society, history on the Duffy family, history on the Hugheses, Ahagar, Nakruski, his own writings, and so on. So there's notes he's made, obviously, in all of those folders. There's some books around, and I haven't even got to the rest of the stuff yet. There's videos he made as well, so I have them here. And so, for example, let's see now here. So here's a video of Charlie Hughes and the Carrickendi Ballad. So I think that's quite a famous famous battle in the War of Independence, and a song that's sung by Charlie Hughes himself, and I think it's people will be familiar with that. I think it's a very, very good rendition of the song. And this is one video with Joe Baker, Paddy Duffy, and Tom Maguire. So again, three people who made a significant contribution to the War of Independence. So Joe Baker had the jewellery shop in Westport and the house, big house up at the Elms.
Okay.
So I remember Dad interviewing him. Paddy Duffy was brother of my grandfather, and Tom Maguire was the man from Cong who till the day he died was a strong Republican and retained his strong beliefs. So there's a lot of history in that. Then we've got videos on the Kilmena ambush here. So again, there was a couple of ambushes that were that we were always brought up to understand when we were younger. They were Carrickendi, Kilmena, and Islanady. So there's videos of all of those here, and with the people. There's probably there's more in here with videos, tapes, and whatever of different people. So there's Paddy Duffy, Johnny Duffy, who'd be my grandfather, and this is clearly one that Uncle Paddy did with Jim Fahey of RTE. So
okay,
so we've a job to do to have all this digitized and brought to
none better than yourself.
Well,
to do this.
We'll see. I think it probably needs a professional person, but there's other notes here. So I think I found something yesterday. So for example, we've so this is a file on Joe Baker, and so I believe Joe Baker went on to write a book that Dad edited. So it was called was it My Stand for Freedom? Yeah, this was the book, and these are the
notes of it,
probably the very early notes of the interview he did with Joe Baker in the production of that book. And the file has even got some drawings here of things like, it looks like it's one of the ambushes, or here there's different drawings of the areas where they were fighting in and so on. So all of that eventually came into a book that got published, but these are obviously the early notes of those interactions. And again, with
there's a treasure chest of history here, isn't there?
Yeah, and again, like, there's a file here on Michael Kilroy. I haven't gone through it in a lot of detail, but Michael Kilroy was clearly one of Ireland's greatest military leaders, and somebody that played a huge amount of made a huge contribution towards Ireland, winning their independence. So it's there's that's one file on him. There's other files. There's files on my uncle, or Paddy, who's Johnny Duffy's brother, And again, they're the notes that Dad took from the videos he did with them back in the 80s, and all of that has been published somewhere. But it's good to be able to see the original notes of those conversations.
And where's all this going to end up, do you think?
So I think we have to go through it, probably have it properly archived, and as I said earlier, my strong preference is to keep all this history local, because it is about everything that happened locally.